Right, hello my darlings, this is Faith from Faith and Grits. Just to explain, today's video is a little bit of a hodgepodge and a mix-up of some different clips. Just looking at these gorgeous makes that I've had from the masterboard swap, and the tags and my playing around with ink. And as you can see, the book is bound. It's nowhere near finished, but I've got it bound. So stay tuned, and thank you ever so much for watching. Right, I just want to jump on quick and explain. I had my last masterboard from Steph that I want to turn into 2 tall tags. So I want to try something. I think it's called kintsugi. Something like that. It starts with a K. And it's the Japanese art of highlighting fractures and cracks and things. It's normally done with gold. So I had a test piece of one of my old masterboards, and that was the copper as it came out of the bottle. But I wanted a more bronzy color. So I had a test on that one. I am going to angle them down and add to them, but that's how the first one has come out. And I've done this before using calligraphy ink, but I've had to go with this one. I had a pack of acrylic inks recently from the range here in the UK. It's like a discount store. So I'm going to try again with this one, and I've never used acrylic ink before. But just doing those 2 pieces, that one and the test one, it dries very quickly. So I don't know if that's just because it's a hybrid, like acrylic paint with ink, or I'm not sure what acrylic ink means. But let's have a go. Have a play. So I'm going to drop some of this on. I've just got a old floor tile here that I use to get messy on, and I just added the I don't have a brown in this, so I've just added the teeniest bit of black, and dry my paintbrush off because I don't want water going in there. And let's see, mix it up just to darken that bold, bright copper. And then it's just to go around and highlight all the seams of the masterboard. And then I think I will go around the edges with some gilding wax. I haven't really decided yet. Still playing here. My Scriptorium journal has become a monster, so I'm still problem solving. So I wanted to do something a little bit different tonight. It's Sunday here in Wales, and oh my word, it is bucketed down all day. Got caught in Tesco's car park. Absolutely heavens opened. Walked through an enormous puddle, so my trainers were soaking. And then trying to keep my hood up on my coat and get the groceries into the boot of the car. And picked up the packet of Coke Zeros, and they all went boop, 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 boop. All out of the box, all over the trolley. Oh, I was absolutely drenched getting home. But anyhow, that's the idea. And I like using this floor tile when I remember I have it, because it makes cleanup really easy. I think this is why a lot of people use those glass mats now, from what I've gathered, is that if you do work with mixed media, you can just put it straight down because it's an easy cleanup. But I'm going to carry on with these for a bit, and I'll come back and show you how they've come out before I cut them. Yes? Cheers. Ta-ta! Right, so I've added the edge effect with those, and I couldn't quite get the edge color I wanted with the wax instead of the ink. So I've got this red bronze and a chocolate bronze, which is kind of in the middle. So I've mixed a fingerful of each onto my tile here, and I want to get these edged before this wax dries. And I just use my finger for this. I know each pot comes with a foam brush, which I've never used. I don't know how long this stuff will stay. I've never actually put it onto the ceramic tile and mixed it before, so I'm not sure how long I've got working time before it dries. So there's one. Let's see if we can get this on there. Yeah, and the more I'm spreading it out, the more I can feel it drying. But no, this gilding polish, I've never mixed it before. But the red bronze that I had secondhand from the treasure hunting is a little bit more liquid in a way. I'll show in a minute, especially if I gotta mix up some more. So I don't know if it's just older, because it did come from a lady who was destashing quite a large amount of supplies. Pity, she said she didn't craft anymore. Her and her mom had an upstairs bedroom that was completely kitted out with kitchen cupboards, chocolate block full of craft supplies, and she was just finding photographing stuff to get it listed on Marketplace really overwhelming. But I did hook her up with a local destash event, so hopefully that will help. It's nice to go to a destash event where it's like a big boot sale or yard sale for people like us. So, no, this wax also dries very, very quickly. And I'm surprised at how quickly that acrylic ink dried. Oh, I'm in the middle of that. Never mind. It's all junk. But no, the Scriptorium is causing me issues at the moment. And filming is causing me issues. My son popped around and he was like, Mom, you're uploading at a too low a you're exporting at too low a resolution. So he's helped me out a bit. So this one I'm going to upload at a higher resolution and see how I get on. But as I said before, I'm still a newbie here. And file storage is definitely going to be something I'll have to turn my attention to. And things like writing the descriptions for the videos and putting in links for people. Like I want to add a link for Steph at Hilltop View Journals, because, you know, she's the one that sort of gave me that final nudge over the edge of the cliff to start doing this. I've got a few friends that have been telling me for ages to do it. But when Steph and I met for the masterboard swap, it was like, right, no, I'm going to do this now and see what happens. Because if it fails, it fails. If not, I'll learn something along the way. And oh my word, I'm absolutely covered now. Right, so that's the tags from Steph's last masterboard. Now on to what to do with them next after I clean up. So watch this space. Right, and I'm back. I've had these three now nice and dry. The wax around the edges is dry. Now, once I'd finished with the wax, I couldn't find a sort of eyelet color. Give a focus. I couldn't find an eyelet color that I was happy with. So, as a play, I put some of the acrylic ink again, the copper and the black, onto my tile, give it a quick mix, and I dipped my eyelets into it, and it's actually worked relatively well to color, because that's a bright gold eyelid. And so, yeah, perhaps that's a different video altogether of how we can alter the color of eyelets using that acrylic ink. And dried quickly. I used my tweezers to hold the eyelets up to my hair dryer to dry them before I put them in, and happy days. So these need a bit of edging on the back because they're very stark on the edges. So I had a new Stays On Timber Brown, but because Stays On is solvent, I don't want to use my normal blending brushes, and I haven't ordered any new blending brushes, so I've been using these like corks, which work. So if you're not, you're just starting out, you don't need the fancy blending brushes. Honestly, take a cork or anything roughly that size. I put a bit of the sticky, what's it called, the loop side of the Velcro on there and stapled it. And I've got loads of these, and these are cheap as chips, just foam. If you don't have these, attach some sort of makeup sponge to the end, because that's what I used to do in the beginning, is makeup sponges. And right, that's the Velcro side, that's what soaks up your ink. And that is the same foam as makeup sponges are made out of. So yes, makeup sponges are a little more messy to use. That's a wine cork, and those are champagne corks, I think. Let's have a go with this Stays On Brown. I've not used this one before. It looks quite dark. Ooh, that's a lovely brown. I was saying in a previous video, like some of the VersaFine Claire browns are more red, more this, more that. Stays On, I tend to only use for things non-paper. But, oh, that is a lovely brown, isn't it? Move it up a bit. That is a really nice brown. And you don't get that sort of reddy color like the pinecone. So let's do the backs of these. And I'm probably going to add... I thought about stamping the fronts of these, but to be honest, I don't think it needs it. They're neutral. There's plenty of space on there for any future owner to scribble or stamp. So I don't think I will add anything to the front. I might add something to the back around the corners, and of course I'm going to add some sort of piece to the eyelet, whether that's tassel or ribbon, I don't know yet. So yeah, that's me. I'm just trying to play now, and whilst thinking about how to tackle the beast that's become the Scriptorium. So no, I'm happy with those. So add a little bit of stamp on the back. I'll see now. Hold on. Right, so I've had some stamps out, and honestly, sometimes when I'm going through stamps, the stamps thing, I will overthink it, and overthink it, and overthink it, and plan it, and use a stamping platform, and you know what? I'm just going to have a go just doing it now. Because if I overthink it, stamping something takes me days. If it's going to be a big project. And I need to move away from that indecision. Grab something random, please, random. That one is, and I just want, which way up? Script is up, German's down. So, and as I said in one of my other videos, of just letting it go about using the platform. And like a lot of these rubber-based ones, I've not bothered with, because I think, oh, I mount it on it, you're mounted on a block, or whatever. That's fine. It's going a little bit wibbly-wobbly, but I'm not used to stamping that way, so no, I'm happy with that. The front, I'm pleased with. I'm not going to stamp on the front. I'm quite pleased with how they look as they are. So, next one, again, I could add something in there, or in there, or down there, or there. But no, I'm quite happy with how it is, as is. So it needs something on the back. Signatures, clear stamps. Oh, there is one in here called wages. I've not opened this one yet. There's one in there that says 1882 wages. I like that. Oh, these are super sticky as well. Where shall I put it? Up the top or down the bottom? Up the top. And stick. And go. Honestly, I need to be a lot more not impromptu. Impromptu is not the right word, is it? Yeah, I need to stop overthinking when I'm stamping things. So that's that one. Get back. It's still raining here. Oh my lord. It's been an abysmal, gray, wet day today. But never mind. Spring is on its way. Do I want anything? Signatures, dates, or do I want poison, skeletons? Or something like the text. That one's a nice one. I do like that one. And look! It's on the right side up. Isn't that a wonderful thing when that happens? Honestly. That is a pet peeve of mine of some of the Ranger ones. Stick that one down. And pray. Hey! Now that was a better impression than the Sheena one, wasn't it? So, no, happy with that. There's room to write. And, nope, last one. They're curling up a little bit, but that'll sort itself out when everything is eventually bound together. Something could go there. But like the other three, I think I'm going to leave them. So what do I want? Anything from here? Should we try the dreaded tidbits again and see? Honestly, copies of this can be had at any time. Right. So, as you can see, I've not actually detached all these yet. So let's give this one a chance and see if the edges play out. So, down at the bottom, to think I've paid 30 quid for this, and some of them stamp so badly. No, yeah, it's got a bit on the end, and I can see there is ink around the sides. Not all of it is taken, but no, I think they've let themselves down with this one. I think they need to reissue it. So that's fine there. And then something like received. Down the bottom. Don't overthink it, Faith. Just do it. There we go. And then something small at the top. Now, I'm a bit confused with stamps because in the craft club I belong to, we've had workshops and stuff, and lots of ladies say, don't clean your stamps. Leave the ink on them. And that just confuses the hell out of me. Why would you do that? Why would you not wipe the stamp down? I don't understand how. It helps the stamp. And I'm like, but how? It doesn't make sense to me. Again, that's one of the upside down ones, isn't it? Yes. And just go for it. But, no, why would you leave the ink on a stamp? If that dries then, and I'm going to go back with another color, my brain just can't process that at all. So, top on the ink, away, and check these eyelets a minute, because sometimes that one's okay. The crocodile or the little setting tool leaves them a little bit jagged on the back, and I give them a whack with my wonky hammer. So that's it from me for now. I will be back on to show you the Scriptorium in all its monstrous beauty. Thank you for watching. Hello, my darlings. This is Faith from Faith and Grits. Just to jump back on and let you know how I got on with the Scriptorium. So, I think I've mentioned before, I've had some masterboards. It's part of the Rach and Bella group's swap. And I'm privileged to swap with Steph from Hilltop View Journals. I'll link her down below. I've done 3 mini journals to go into the Scriptorium. So I've just used the masterboard as the cover. I added a little label with some bits and bobs and some trims on the edges. And I've just used I've grunged up the inside cover. I've added some snippets to some of the page edges. And, sorry, my voice is going. Some text. Added some of that pianola paper. Amazon paper. All hand-dyed. There's a few different techniques I use for dyeing. And that's like one of the stack techniques. So whatever piece of paper was on top of that has transferred. So yeah, I've done those 3 mini ones that are going to hide inside the scriptorium. So there's the second one. I love the effect. I never thought of adding the sewing pattern paper to get that kind of effect. But of course the pattern paper is so thin. It's just, once it's glued down, it's just given this sort of shadow of loveliness over everything. So I added some little snippets from offcuts to these. And some stamps. I haven't made these too thick because they're meant to be hidden inside. Then there's the third one. Isn't that lovely? So those are going in. And with the last masterboard, I made some tags and backed those and gave them a little bit of random detail on the back. And they just need some sort of finishing off now. Something to go through the eyelet. So I will add those. And add some sorry perhaps for a few of them. But I'll do that after. So I've had some puzzling to do on this scriptorium because it's turned into a beast. It happens every time. Every time I make a cover first, it never goes to plan. So as you can see, that's about 2 inches, and this is about where the scriptorium is standing now. It's not happening. It's not going to fit. I mean, I could squish it, but not all the pockets and tucks are full yet. So I've had some puzzling about. I'll show you now how these have come on. So that's, yes, that's the first signature. So I've got a tuck in there, and this is just a card to go into that first belly band. This has a hidden folio in it, and I've just put some randomness in there in some of these just to see what bulk I've got. A writing card into that one. So this goes away and hides inside the sleeve. I've got places to put tags here, which I'm still working on. I've shown that one already. That was in the folio from the first video, I think. I've got a flip out, and there's a tuck here, and a tuck here. Oh, and the envelope bit inside. I still need to make something to go in there. So, nothing on that page. I've got another belly band here. So, belly bands, an envelope flips out, so there'll be space in there. And there's a tuck on the other side from the envelope. And then in this one, there's a space here, bit of random offcut in there at the moment, and there's a space here, random offcut. Tuck there, and then one of Steph's hidden journals will go into that sleeve. Just peeking out. And then one of her tags will go in there, and I'll sort the tassel out later. So that's signature 1. Signature 2, much the same, but in a slightly different order. So again, tag is going in there. I've got a tuck in there, belly band, flip, and a pocket, belly band, tuck, and the third signature, again a hidden folio, tuck, corners, flippy flappy out with a tuck on the front, envelope, tuck, belly band, and no pocket there. That one was, I think that one was too thin to create a pocket, so I've just glued it down. Flip out with a pocket, flip out with a pocket. I do love that typewriter. Tuck, tucks, and another book will go in there. So that's about where I got up to. So put this to the side a minute, and I've come up with a plan B for the journal, for the cover. So that will not go to waste. I'll put it away in my little stash to use on something else. But what I did do was with that tea-dyed print fabric, I've backed it now onto a piece of velvet, sort of a brown velvet. I've added a half ring from like an old handbag on there. I'm not sure about the closure yet. So that's the plan, is to stitch those into just a loose fabric cover. So while I go off and do the binding for that, I'm going to pause here and I'll be back. Right, and we're bound. Looking a bit thin as well. Let's have a look. Let's move these out of the way. My needles. My long-suffering friend Henry, the hedgehog. Put that back in Henry. So right, if you look now, the fabric is very floppy, and at its thickest here, I think it's only, it's only about 1.25 inches, at its thickest point, completely empty. So I'm going to start filling this up. It lays lovely and flat as well. So they're all in. I've left a bit of a gap in between the signatures. So I'm going to get this thing filmed, and I'll speed this up, and we'll see what it looks like then. So off we go. So, this thing is turned into a monster, honestly. And it's got room to grow. So, I might cover that with a thick lace band. We'll see. But when you open it up, it is a chunk. But you can get to everything and remove. None of the pages are meant to be written directly on, but to have lots of removable writing spaces. But there's plenty of room to continue embellishing and adding bits. And that last page of the Stemperia pad, the cover page, I'm likely going to make a little folio of extras to go off with this one. Now, all these random ones I've stuck in is just to give me an idea of size and how full it's going to be. but I'll go back and start removing some of those now and creating more journaling cards. Like, I'm not going to leave a Cheerios box in there. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with the aesthetic of this one. It was only meant to be a really quick journal, just to move me on between, you know, different topics that I'm interested in doing, and just do something neutral for a change. But no, quite pleased with that. I'm going to go off now and work on the journaling cards to go in there, and perhaps add something to that spine. Not really sure. And a closure. So, we'll see. But no, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.